Tonight, investigative reporter Larry Barker embarks on a treasure hunt. He's in search of a monumental work of art hidden away by state officials for more than a decade. And you won't believe where Larry found it. Tag along as Larry Barker goes digging for a hidden treasure.
It is very unusual.
Almost bizarre.
Almost bizarre.
It's a horribly frustrating situation to be in.
I'm flabbergasted that you could have hid a piece of art of this stature for 14 years.
It's a 10-foot tall, half-ton artistic masterpiece that's disappeared. Even though it's mounted in the National Hispanic Cultural Center's Art Museum, don't bother looking for it. It hasn't been seen in years. And no, it's not lost or stolen. It's just hidden away. And the only way to find the priceless work of art is to go on a treasure hunt of sorts.
You'll end up at the rear of the gallery, right here. X marks the spot.
Well, trust me, there really is an artistic treasure here. You just can't see it because it's stashed in the wall. Peel away the plaster and you'll find a magnificent, towering stone sculpture crafted by a world-class artist.
I would describe it as this beautiful and monumental sculpture made out of granite.
Dakota Wall Relief is a 10-foot by 6-foot red Dakota granite sculpture by one of the most accomplished Hispanic artists of the 20th century, Jesus Morales. Known for monumental stone carvings, his sculptures are in thousands of private and public collections throughout the world. In 2008, President Bush awarded Morales the National Medal of Arts. The artist was killed in an automobile accident in 2015. So, how did a massive world-class sculpture end up entombed in the back wall of a New Mexico art museum?
It's very upsetting and a disgrace to his name.
Susana Morales is the late artist's sister.
It's very disrespectful what they have done. This is really a disgrace.
To understand what happened, we need to go back. The Morales sculpture was originally donated to the Hispanic Cultural Center in 2003 by Dallas philanthropist Frank Ribelin. The museum thanked him for his generosity. Quote, "Your gift will be appreciated by museum visitors for many generations to come." The sculpture was added to the museum's permanent art collection and placed on display.
In 2007, the museum wanted to install a new exhibit in the art gallery. So, to make room, the Morales sculpture needed to be moved someplace else. However, there was a problem. It was going to cost between $5,000 and $10,000 to move the 900-pound solid granite sculpture.
It is a delicate and heavy piece of art to move.
Dr. Tay Nunn is the Hispanic Cultural Center's art curator.
We had very little money at the time, so I made the difficult decision to temporarily enclose it in order to accommodate that other exhibit. I really didn't know what else to do at the time, and there was no funding to be able to move it.
Rather than move it, the museum decided to store it in place. A crew was hired to build a wall that would enclose and protect the valuable sculpture, but conceal it from public view. That was 14 years ago. The valuable sculpture hidden inside has been largely forgotten. All traces of the iconic Dakota Wall relief have vanished. Even some gallery staff were surprised to learn there's a treasured work of art planted in the wall.
You have a picture of it on your website?
We do not.
Do you have a catalog with a picture of it?
We've never had the resources to have a catalog of our collection.
How would the general public know that you have a Jesus Morales sculpture called Dakota Wall Relief?
Well, they're going to know because of your fabulous story.
How would you describe the practice of taking a valuable sculpture and enclosing it in a wall?
Unfortunate.
Ken Marvel is co-owner of Lou Allen Galleries in Santa Fe. Marvel was friends with Jesus Morales and frequently exhibited his work. He says museums have an ethical responsibility to not only protect artwork, but to make it accessible to the public as well.
I find it so unfortunate that this is the mode of storage for this beautiful sculpture, because it should be seen. Jesus always talked about how when he makes his work, it's a gift. It's a gift to the world. It's a gift to the public.
Are you aware of any museum that has ever walled up one of these sculptures?
No, no, sir. Never, ever. And they've hidden a national treasure for 14 years. If they weren't ready to treat the piece of art with respect, they should have not taken the gift.
The time has come to liberate this beautiful sculpture and make it available for the world to view.
Susana Morales has a message for the Hispanic Cultural Center.
Take the wall down. Let people see the piece. Now it's been forgotten. Do they ever plan on bringing it back out? It should have never happened.
The sculpture here to your right is a Jesus Morales sculpture. It's pretty big and it's heavy. If you couldn't move it, would you store it in a wall?
I assure you we would not.
The Art Museum's curator says they hope to find the money someday to tear down the wall and put the Jesus Morales sculpture back on public display. Larry Barker, KRQE, News 13.
Unbelievable. Art experts say Dakota wall relief has an appraised value well into 6 figures.